Yeah, so in 2012, one of the trips we did to prepare for to row across the Atlantic was to go around Vancouver Island, which is this, it's about a 700-mile circumnavigation of this island on the west side of Canada. And this is the reason why I think I really love adventuring. Less so on the ocean and more actually sort of at the interplay between the ocean and the land, is that as we rode around the top side of Vancouver Island and past Cape Scott, we're in the ocean again, and you feel vulnerable to the power of the sea. And but it's early enough in the season where the fishermen aren't out yet. It's still very quiet. It's you and the humpback whales that are just coming out of nowhere and slapping the water with their fins and their tails. And this is one of the I think wonderful byproducts of adventure, is we row into this cove that's literally called like Hot Springs Cove, because there's a hot spring, and it's called that because the water is literally bubbles out of the land, and you get to watch it cascade as you get in it and have your own personal spa day after rowing for 3 weeks out on the ocean. And then after you go through this wonderful experience in the water, you hop in your boat and you row across the harbor, and you get to meet people that you would otherwise never ever get to interact with. And this was the Heshquiet First Nation tribe up on Vancouver Island, and we didn't tell them we were coming ahead of time. We honestly didn't know who they were or who was there, and so we just rowed over and got out of our boat and walked up the old dirt path and opened up the door to the community center and said, "Hey, we're just passing through." And what was really wonderful about this is they opened up not just their community center, not just themselves, but their entire community to these 4 guys just passing through. And we shared a meal with them. The principal of the local school put us up for a couple nights as we enjoyed the town. The local young kids, they play basketball every single night in the brand new little gym. And with a call will go out on the VHF, because that's what everybody's listening in on this secluded community that has generators for power. And they're like, "Volleyball tonight or basketball?" And somebody chimes in, "Basketball." "All right, see everybody there at 7 o'clock. And so we don't even have any shoes, and we're invited onto the court, and we get to play a mean game of 5-on-5, and these folks are all about up to here on us. We're all giants compared to them, but they are schooling us and shooting threes and burying them like nobody's business. What an experience! I mean, this is something that we never expected. That was a byproduct of adventure that I don't think you could plan for. And you couldn't call ahead and say, "Hey, looking forward to meeting some new people, show us a good time." That just doesn't happen. I think like-minded people always end up finding like-minded people, and that can make for probably most of life's great pursuits.
How many of these adventures have you done now?
Rode the North Atlantic in 2006. We circumnavigated Washington State's Olympic Peninsula in 2008. Rode around Vancouver Island in 2012. Rode across the Mid-Atlantic most of the way. In 2013, rode down the Mississippi River last fall, 2014. And we're planning more Mississippi expeditions, a new expedition from Seattle up to Ketchikan through the Inside Passage, and we'll launch out across the Pacific for Hawaii and then Australia in the next 4 to 5 years. So
when you look back on all
busy.
these trips,
Yeah.
right? When you look back on all those experiences, what have you gotten out of them on a personal level?
Really great stories.
What did you learn about life, about yourself?
But by doing these types of adventures, I learned that I think I learned actually how much I love to disconnect, as connected as we are on these trips. I learned how much I appreciate disconnecting from the usual pace of life and engaging life at a different cadence. And it's an opportunity, I think, to kind of change up routine from time to time to help keep life fresh. And what I found is that by doing this for the last 10 years, I'm seeing actually changes in how I approach my life as a physical therapist, and then also as a public speaker and motivational speaker. I continue to find ways in my everyday work life to change the cadence and to try something new. And it's really turned into a life that I couldn't have imagined I'd be experiencing by my mid-30s. I honestly feel really lucky.